I'm Illia, co-founder of NEAR-Protocol, and welcome to the Metaverse. Today we're celebrating the closing of the MetaBUIDL Hackathon and showcasing 7 great projects that won it. We're also going to announce some very special news from NEAR Foundation, so stay tuned for that. It's been 3 very exciting weeks for everyone in NEAR community, and I want to especially highlight the hack nodes that rise to the occasion and pretty much created an experience for people around the world at the same time, from Beijing and Hangzhou and Shanghai to Nigeria to San Francisco and New York. And so it's been really exciting to see this hackathon unrolling, and especially been exciting to see all the submissions that happened. Again, we had projects from DeFi to gaming, from DAOs to NFTs. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and announce our winners.
Hello, my name is Erik and I'm the part of Alevoro team, and today I'm going to present you our project for NEAR. Yep. So imagine you have some NFTs and one day you need some NEAR tokens for something. What would you do? We think that it would be a great idea to take your NFTs, put it on the market, and borrow some money from other persons, and after some time return them back and get your NFT back, of course. So let me show you. For example, now we are on Alevoro, and we can see that in my NFT section I have 2 NFTs, my first NFT and my best NFT. Okay, for example, I want to get some money, and let's click on my first NFT. So, and here I can define some parameters. For example, I want to get I don't know, 40 NEAR for it, and I will turn this amount of money with some percents in 100, in 10,000 seconds. Yep. And with APR 30, it does the coefficient that will multiply somehow our NEAR amount. Okay, let's play the offer. Okay, let's confirm the transaction. Waiting. Good, so now we are on the market. Our NFT is here, and here it's locked. Okay, let's go to the Lender testnet account. It will lend some money. Okay, it has no NFT. Let's go to the market. Okay, now we can see a borrower and a testnet account placed NFT here. Let's click on it. We will lend 40 NEAR, and he will return money in 10,000 seconds with APR 30. Okay, deal, let's lend. So now it transferred 40 NEAR to the borrower account. Yep, agree. So now market is empty. We have no NFTs. Let's go again to the borrower account, to the my NFT section. Market is empty, yep. My NFT section, and now my first NFT is collateral. Yep, nice. For example, some time spent, I bought something, maybe sold something, yep. And now I want to return money back to the lender. Okay, I click on my NFT. Yep. Okay, let's repay the loan. So now I have to return 52 NEAR. Okay. Nice, we've done. Now market still empty because we've placed nothing here. Let's go to my NFTs, and we have all our NFTs here. Nice. And of course, lender got his money.
Hello, I'm Zhihao from BlockPi Labs. Also, I'm CEO of NodeEasy. It's an honor that NodeEasy is NEAR validator since Genesis. We talked with committee member in NEAR ecology. Sometimes we heard complaints about RPC service. For example, if a DEX user from Vietnam is accessing an RPC server in US or Europe, of course the user experience is not very smooth. And for developers, RPC service is also very important to maintain a speed and stable service. As a professional validator, we focus on blockchain infrastructure many years. So we hope to solve this problem for all the NEAR community members. That's why we built this NEAR-DRPC service to establish a decentralized RPC network for NEAR. The RPC service will scan the network and try to find out all the RPC nodes. The program will sort the RPC nodes and establish a DRPC proxy server with these nodes, which have the lowest latency. All the nodes are auto-related by latency and kick out by status, if not sync up. We made a very simple but clearly web UI for this hackathon. You can see we are connecting 277 peers at this time, and 86 of them are RPC nodes. As you can see, we list all the nodes below. There are information such as block height, latency, the latest online time, and syncing status. We use this criteria to select some nodes with low latency and stable syncing status to become back-end endpoint. These nodes will process the RPC requests from the network. You can simply use this URL as your RPC endpoint. Then you can enjoy this fast and distributed RPC service. This is a simple demo of the RPC. BlockPi is very happy to provide this infrastructure to NEAR community. And we plan to bring more features in the coming days. For example, the statistics, HTTP and WebSocket support, request cache, and offline requests by local storage. I hope our product can help all the user and developer in NEAR. With your help, I believe we can go much further. Please support and vote BlockPi. Thank you.
Our goal is to develop a MetaDAO agency that helps to accelerate the development of NEAR-Protocol ecosystem of community-owned businesses, products, and services. The first DAO template we are starting with is for the dApps development agency as a DAO. Let me show you how this can work. So you click here to create a DAO on the NEAR-DAO website. NEAR-DAO.com account, for example, let's say demo, NEAR-DAO testnet or agency, name agency DAO, purpose to develop dApps on NEAR, founding team, Chaplin testnet, Petrofila testnet. Now, after you fill in these basic informations, you design your tokenomics. So the name of the token will be agency, or yeah, agency is good. Agency. We will have 1 million tokens, and the initial unlock out of those 1 million will be 100,000. And the founding team allocation, which will also be the council at the same time, will be, let's say, adjusted. Oh, that will be adjusted according to how many tokens you want to give to other foundation, other members. So let's say there's a foundation. The foundation will get, let's say 15%. There will be also a community incentivized programs to which you can allocate, let's say 50. And there will also be a public sale, let's say 15%. So in that case, founding team will get 20%. Let's say that's a little bit too much. So community programs push to 55. And they will adjust down to 15%. And now voting, you, let's say quorum to pass through a vote, let's say 10%, approved threshold 51%, duration in days, maybe 3 days, 0 hours, vote only once, that should be enough. You create the DAO. Okay, so that successfully created DAO, agency DAO. And now, let's say we do some work. We've built some simple DApp for somebody, and now we want to receive a payment. So you just copy this address. On testnet, we are hosted on the NEAR-DAO.testnet with the subdomain HS agency. So let's say we send 10 NEARs to this account, continue, and any movement here, we should have 10. We received 10 NEARs, and now let's say we want to pay out our team members, our employees, and collaborating DAO. So we go into payout, and let's say we pay. Okay, let's say we pay myself back for the work, and we pay myself, I don't know, 5 NEAR for the work on launching the DAO, and that goes into the vote. And here we are. The vote is out there to pay out 5 NEAR, and we can vote yes, of course. And that's done. First vote on this issue is out. And that was the simple demonstration of how an agency, simple DAO agency, can be launched on NEAR. We hope to grow the NEAR-DAO agency team by tens of designers, developers, and marketers by the end of this year. We believe a lot will come from them, from current development agencies we know in Prague and Brno, while hoping to move to work for the NEAR Foundation or working on our own products, which may include anything from lead.near to drive adoption of NEAR Wallet and dApps by real businesses, NFT.near to help creators earn a fair share of their own value, or for example, tokenize.near to issue social tokens for fans of any brand, and possibly others. For the first version of the DAO NEAR, we are implementing our own version of Sputnik V2 smart contracts and our own UI. It is early stages, more of a proof of concept, but we've speeded up our progress in the last 2 weeks significantly.
Hey everyone, I'm Ahnaf. I'm partnering with Fictionspawn to make this game called Hunt for the Lost Crypto Cubes, card collecting adventure. You see that in the game, there is 2 buttons here, play and also cards. Play is for play the game, and then the cards will show you the inventory that you have. Alright, so let's just play the game. To play the game, you need to transfer 1 NEAR. And yeah, after the transaction success, you'll redirect it back, and then the game will start. So this is the intro of the game. You just click next. Also, you can skip the text by just clicking anywhere. It will make the text appear immediately. And yeah, we just click next. In the gameplay, after the intro, you will see the gameplay here. You can see the card button, which you can click later to see the list of the cards that you have. We click next again, and then you get the treasure map cards that will be available in your cards inventory later. And then we click next again. And here you have 2 options, either move to the city or railway system. Maybe I choose go to the city. Alright, you already moved to the new path. This is the storage text that may be helpful, and then the cards map, the city. Let's see, we can just click the cards here. You see that you already have treasure map and also the city. You can play again. Next. Okay, you hired the aliens. Perhaps I choose go to the rooftops. Oh, here you met the alien boss. But here you already have an ancient weapon. By that, you can use the ancient weapon to fight the monster. You just click use ancient weapon. Just click next. and then you choose maybe out of town. Click next again. All right, you just choose the option also. Okay, you have the island aircraft map, but in here you failed because you don't have the inventory to fight this island robot. So yeah, that's it, I guess. You can just click start the game, and then you see the cards that you already owned. Since you already go to the island aircraft, this will be available in your inventory, and then yeah, some of the cards.
Hello, this is Giovanni from the Spaceship Wars 13K team. This is our entry for the MetaBUIDL Challenge, and is also our entry for the JS30K Games competition. We decided to create a multiplayer deathmatch game that runs on the blockchain. It used a pretty simple mechanic, that is the rock, paper, and scissors mechanic. But the difference is that the winner of the deathmatch will be rewarded with an NFT. So how does it work? This is our client, that is a JavaScript game, and it allows us to connect to the testnet and the mainnet on NEAR. But also it has a local mode that you can test without charging you any money. So we are going to use that because it's faster. When you join the game, you will be assigned one of the 13K different spaceships that we have in the game, the buyable ones. So once you enter to the game, you can also check what are the description or what are the configuration of this spaceship, and this information is available on the IPFS. So you will have also these different cards that are representing the rock paper scissors game. The difference is that you will have a second icon that will be used in case of a tie. You need to set up these cards, and once you set that, you will be confronted with the other players in the game. So to win the battle, you will need to score 2 points, and each point is assigned when you win one of these sets. So the first set is just with the order that you select. The second is a random one with the same card that you select, and the third one is using random cards from your arsenal, and the last one will use a random card from your arsenal. So yeah, in the end, the person with the 2 points will move forward to the next round, and the other just be removed from the game. Yeah, as we can see here, we will pass to the next round, and we will continue selecting different cards. When you play in the testnet mode, you can also add credits to the game, and the credits will be used to actually support the running on of the contract. So the credit will cost 0.1 NEAR. That is the price that we decided to be used. Yeah, it will be quite similar as the other one. The difference is that it will take longer because you need to coordinate the time of the other players, and you need to wait for them to play. Once if you win one of the NFT, it will be here in your wallet as a collectible. So yeah, that is pretty much the game. Thank you so much for your time, and please take us in consideration for your judgment.
Hey everyone, This is the brief video of demo of our hackathon project Roketo. Roketo is real-time streaming for NEAR ecosystem. So let's start. Now I'm on the main page of our project, roketo.to. So we can click open the app. Okay, this is login page for our the app. So let's just click sign in with NEAR wallet. Okay, signing requires to our access. So let's click allow. And now we are inside. So we on the page create a stream. Let's try to create a new stream. Select receiver. Let it be XCOD testnet. It's my another account at the testnet. Let's choose Torus tokens and try to stream like, let it be 15 tokens for 7 hours. Here we can see streaming speed. Also, we can enable auto deposit to make this stream infinite. So after the period to unlock the Untitled deposit will be ended, stream will be continued. So let's click create stream without any auto deposit on this time. So create stream. Yeah, we have to transfer some tokens to our smart contract. So allow this action. And yeah, let's check my streams page. And here we see all of my streams. When I participated as a receiver or as sender. So first stream is that stream that we just created before. So let's check it. Let's click on the panel. So we see that stream already started, and we already streamed some amount of Torus tokens from 15, like we set up before. Okay, on this page we also see configuration, like speed, tokens transferred, and other. Also here we see public link to user stream. We can share this link with anybody. So let's think it's history of interaction with the stream. Here we see initialization, deposit, and start. Also on this page we have some functions to pause the stream, stop it, or add funds and enable auto deposit. So let's check another stream, other streams on my streams page. Okay, second stream, here I'm a receiver, as you see here. Yeah, also I can pause the stream or stop it, even I'm a receiver. Let's check what the difference. Here I can withdraw from all streams. It's function on the contract, so I can get all of my tokens. It's not ended stream because just finished on 1.5%. So let's check count page also. Here we see receiving from NEAR, receiving NEAR tokens, and also how many we've done. We don't see sending because we don't enable auto deposit. Let's try to enable it for our sending Torus tokens. Let's return here and try to enable. Okay, we have to make a call on the contract, so allow it. Okay, and now we see that auto deposit is enabled. So this stream will be funded from incoming stream. Let's check account page. And now we see that in sending, we also send our trust tokens from incoming streams to another stream. So yeah.
Well, that was great. Congratulations again to all of the winners. And thank you for our speakers, judges, and partners. I especially want to extend big thanks to the judges who are all established VCs and great entrepreneurs who have been evaluating this hackathon. If you want to learn more about how you can push your project further and get some funding opportunities, check out near.org/grants, as well as our wiki page for funding and grants. There are a ton of different funding opportunities, from community grants to grants from your foundation, from joining accelerator like Open Web Collective to getting funded by venture capital. So check that out. And thanks again for everyone for tuning in to the award ceremony, and stay tuned for announcement of the upcoming hackathon that's going to continue the MetaBuild theme. So now I want to invite Erik, who is CEO of NEAR Foundation and who has some special news for us.
Hey everyone, thanks a lot Illia, and congratulations to all the winners of the MetaBUIDL Hackathon. So I'm here to introduce a special piece of news, which you can probably see in front of you right now, which is that NEAR is actually rebranding. And this is exciting because this is an initiative that's been happening over many months. And for those who've been following the NEAR journey for a long time, we've been through a few different iterations from the very early and very rough to where we are right now, which has been roughly the same brand for about the last year or two. And I think that as a marker of roughly the 1-year anniversary of actually launching the protocol itself, we've decided to make sure that we can update and refresh that. So the journey of NEAR was basically, it was started by developers, for developers, and over 2 years, we've been laying these foundations. We've been building the technology upwards. And during that time, we still sort of kept the same website. But now we've gotten to the point where NEAR is actually bridging, it's ready for the masses, it's ready to sort of take the next step as an ecosystem. And in order to support that, we wanted to make sure that we had a rebrand at the same time so that everybody in the ecosystem would really understand and be able to be supported by everything that sort of contains what is NEAR the project, what is NEAR.org, and all the projects within the ecosystem as well. So it's important to do this on the back of a hackathon like MetaBUIDL. This is the biggest hackathon we've ever thrown. They're the coolest projects that we've ever seen. And I think this is really the right time to take everything to the next level. And what I want to do is talk that through a little bit, give you a look at the ecosystem and how the pieces all come together. And let's just take a walk through that from here. So just starting at the highest level, NEAR's mission is to be the on-ramp for millions of people to join Web3. So it's not here to be a single supporting piece of technology. It's designed to really hold up a massive vision. And the reason, or sort of the way that it's doing that, the journey that we've always been on has been that this technology needs to be more than just technology. It needs to allow builders to create apps that are easy to use, easy to understand, and incredibly consumer friendly. And the consumer friendly is an important part of this. And so the reason behind all of this is we want to see a world where everyone has control over their money, their data, and their power of governance. It's a huge vision, but where that starts is ultimately usability and inclusivity. And so what was important for all of this was making sure that we had a supportive brand that was going to allow anybody to take a look at it and understand it and see what's possible, as well as it could kind of contain the scope of what's going on in the ecosystem itself. So what is that ecosystem? NEAR is more than any just singular focus. I think you see maybe a lot of projects that are very focused in one particular area, but NEAR is ultimately a general purpose platform. You kind of see that vision in the early days of blockchain, in the early days of crypto platforms, that anything is possible. And this technology was ultimately created. It was ultimately created actually to support financial use cases, but it's blossomed into a huge world that spans everything from DeFi to creators to communities. And NEAR has that same scope and that same breadth. So on one side, NEAR supports DeFi. We have projects like Ref Finance, which is an AMM. We have Skyward, which is an IDO platform. We have MetaPool, which is liquid staking, and we have OIN. We have doing stable coins. And so on NEAR, what we have is we have simple interfaces for these projects. We have rapid finality, that's just a few seconds. We have billions of dollars in security and integrations across all different providers. And it's provided a really, really welcoming place for the DeFi ecosystem, but not just the existing DeFi ecosystem, but the ecosystem that's actually going to bridge to the rest of the world and make sure that real consumers can begin to plug into that. And then when you look at so DeFi is kind of like the basic building block for all of these ecosystems. But once you get on top of that, it's not sufficient. It's if DeFi doesn't actually touch real people, if it doesn't power real use cases, it's ultimately just leverage and it's money that sort of sloshes to the best incentives. And that's not really how you build a sustainable ecosystem. That's not how you build a world-changing technology. And so what NEAR also supports is the other end of the ecosystem is creators. We have apps like Paras, which is doing, among many other things, it's an NFT marketplace. Mintbase, which allows, it's basically the Shopify for NFTs. Anyone can create NFT stores. We have Satori, which is building customized deep NFT projects for massive, massive fan bases out there, including projects like NFT.hiphop, which is a collaboration with the UHHM, the Hip Hop Museum in the Bronx in New York. And so these projects exist on NEAR because it's tooling which is basically designed from day one to make it as easy as humanly possible for normal people to use applications that are built on top of it. And it's cheap and it's fast and it's meant to actually enable the issuance of NFTs to millions of people, to integrate social sharing with drops, to support carbon neutral NFTs, button push marketing campaigns, ticketing, and all these different use cases that we haven't ever been able to see on blockchain. And so this ecosystem is meant to support all of those use cases, but not just those use cases, because none of these tie together properly unless you have communities. And so we have a whole series of different community apps as well. These are things like Labland, which is a bot that's been used across the Ethereum ecosystem. It's been used in the Flow ecosystem. It's been used in the Axie ecosystem. And it's also integrating with NEAR. We have Astro, which is a V-launch, which is based on Sputnik, which is a DAO platform or sort of a DAO contract, and Astro is essentially the product on top of it that allows anybody to create a DAO-based community. We have a whole ecosystem of different guilds, and ultimately, all of this is powered because on NEAR, it makes it easy for normal people to onboard into these communities, to find their home within guilds, to access funds, to govern these communities, and ultimately power real world communities with common sense tooling, token integrations, and experiences that feel familiar and safe. So all of this is included within the umbrella of the kinds of things that are built on NEAR, and these are all the kinds of things that we wanted to make sure would be included within the comprehensive new branding. So the other piece of this is, of course, how does NEAR exist within a fully networked multi-chain world? Because obviously it's not going to be a one-chain future. So we have projects like Aurora, which is a layer 2 for Ethereum, which is built on top of NEAR. We have projects like Octopus, which allows parachains and substrate-based chains to launch on NEAR, and a whole bunch of different bridges that already exist, like the Rainbow Bridge to Ethereum, and others that are coming up in the future. And so the whole point of this is that this is about opening the web. It's about broadening the ecosystem. It's about covering all of these different things and building this inclusive, almost this metropolis of different use cases, of different go-to-markets, of different areas that people are building applications and reaching real users. And so again, what we needed to have here was to include all of this within the scope of the brand that we have, which right now has powered the technology, or has sort of supported the technology, which now has over 1 million wallets on it. NEAR is running over 350,000 daily transactions. We have over 200 different ecosystem partners and over 100 different guilds with over 83,000 different community members. So it's a huge ecosystem. There's tons of stuff going on. It's incredibly diverse. And ultimately, that's what we think is the power of NEAR, is it's about taking all of these different things. It started with this seed, and then it's decentralized out. It was at one point, it was just a few people in a room in a WeWork in San Francisco in 2018. And at this point, we have entities all throughout the ecosystem. We have spinouts like Proximity and Satori and Aurora and Hype. And we also have upcoming news on validators and how we're going to be updating the protocol to allow a broader validator set to participate. And all of this is about sort of starting with this kernel of this idea and then decentralizing it and continuing to broaden the ecosystem. And so this all ties back to what do we need to do to support this? And so we want to make sure that everybody knows that NEAR is the easiest place to build your idea. We want to make sure that everybody knows that any developer can find a home here, that any potential user can find it and explore and understand, like, what do I do with NFTs? How do I build a wallet? What is this technology anyways? How do I find a home? And that's the most important thing, because we have lots of communities that focus on just projects. We have lots of communities that focus on just developers, but it's actually been difficult to build or across the ecosystems out there to find one that's truly welcoming to end users as well. And again, to allow that bridging through to consumers. And so this is the world that we're trying to create. And this is sort of the web property and the brand that we're trying to do to support all of that. So in the end, if you are one of these people, if you're one of these projects, if you're one of these users, one of these developers, come in, check out the accelerator that we have. We have actually a network of different accelerators in various ecosystems where you can support your project, where you can get funding. We have service guilds that basically has, for instance, design guild, developer guilds. We have a legal guild, growth guilds, marketing guilds, product guilds, UX guilds, all different guilds that are basically all out there, and they exist to support projects across the ecosystem. We have an entire community of contributors who are contributing to the core technology or who are contributing to projects on top of NEAR. We have a huge ecosystem of different funding, grants, bounties, VCs, and everything that a project could possibly need to connect with the funding that it needs. So for instance, as a hackathon participant, whether or not you got a prize, there's a huge amount of different funding options out there. And again, this whole rebrand is about being inclusive and being able to show off all of these things and to make sure that anybody out there who wants to find them has a really clear home, has a really clear path to finding the information that you need and making sure that you can always find your way to a human being who's going to be able to answer your questions, who's going to be able to help you build your app, help you market your app, help you answer your legal questions, help you spin up your DAO, get funding for your project. It doesn't matter, right? All of this exists within the NEAR ecosystem. So whether you're a developer, a founder, a creator, a contributor, a creative, there's a place for you in the NEAR ecosystem, and you can find that path. All right, well, as promised, we're going to showcase the NFT gift. So you should see that now. And I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for joining us through the closing ceremonies, through the hackathon, or anywhere along the journey to get us here. And I hope you had a great time, and I hope we'll see you again at the next event.